Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and welcome back to our product design series. We are back working with the shredder. So, I forgot to tell you guys in the last video, but Sunday of last week I finished the water jet class, so that's ready to go. And I've been talking recently with the the Innovation Club at San Jose State, and talking with some of my buddies from Tech Shop. So we've been they've been throwing some advice around, and so I'm possibly going to think about doing China on this one. We'll see, because right now the issue is the fabrication costs are kind of high for Tech Shop as the water jet, and the water jet uses a lot of power, and I don't have any access to a YAG there or a high wattage CO2 laser. And also don't have access to a plasma cutter. So we'll see, but I know that from on Alibaba, the companies that are making these shredder dials, because as you know, the shredder dials are going to have to be hardened, they are ridiculously expensive. Some people want almost $10 a shredder dial, and there's 24 in here. So you're talking just the shredder dials alone. So, and I don't know how, it's probably going to be decided by how many people back the project will determine what type of, if I'm going to have to do local manufacturing or if I'm going to have to do overseas manufacturing. Because again, I want to get them all out within a month. So if it goes crazy, I'm going to have to do something else in order to get them out within that amount of time. Alright, that being said, we're going to need a few things ready to go. So the water jet that's from Waterflow at Tech Shop runs off of FlowPath, and FlowPath needs a DXF. So also if we're going to send this overseas to get get quotes on, we're going to need this guy in a drawing file. Another thing that I'm going to go into really quickly is that Fusion 360 and Autodesk are amazing as far as their push here. Just 2 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, probably 2 days ago, they almost doubled the number of studies that you could perform in the simulations. They have the shape optimization, which is basically you give it parameters and it will optimize the shape for a given weight. So you put, for example, I don't know if it's going to be able to do that with the dials, but for example, if you have a bracket that's completely 100% solid and you're like, okay, but I want the same rigidity or similar rigidity, maybe a drop of 20%, but I want a weight drop of 80% or whatever. So you put that constraint in there, and then you're allowed to, oops. So for example, I have an example here. So like, let me find that spot. Okay, so like here's on this is in Inventor 2016, but they're pulling it into Fusion. So you see that they have this general shape of the bracket, and then here's the generated shape is that kind of funky looking mesh underneath. So that's the generated shape of the best idea on how to resist some of these forces. And so what you would do is you would go back into your sketch and you would sketch over this and pick a nice ergonomically to the eye looking mesh and then go with that. And I think they have one. So here they go in and they're messing with it, and then here's the final piece rendered out. So that's what the piece that they generated. So they went from a full 100% solid to something that's maximized for weight and strength. And so what they're doing is they're pulling that from Inventor down into Fusion, and that's now in preview. That's over here. Then they have nonlinear static stress. So I'm going to assume that that's like a compounded type thing. So instead of a linear, the force is some sort of function, exponential or whatever, some sort of function as it goes down, starts compounding. And then I'm not even sure about this guy. It's probably some sort of it's like you do an animation, and then it does a simulation. I'll be learning about all this stuff. I'm just bringing this up because it's It's amazing software to use. Anyways, so we are going to be doing some drawing today, pretty much. So I'm considering whether I'm going to start the drawing from this, or what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to start a general drawing. So this is going to be, I'm going to take this into the drawing mode. And then I'm going to say that this is shredder. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag the pieces in here. Okay. So create new drawing from scratch. This will be fine. This will be fine for now. I guess they changed it, so now you gotta... I remember we used to just do a regular drawing and then you could drag stuff in there. I might have been wrong. Who knows? Components. So let's just select each of the components. Let's do maybe 2 drawings. So did I select? Oh, I selected 2 of those. I don't want 2 of those. I want the thing that's in there. There we go. Okay, blah blah blah. This. And then finally, so that. And finally that. So that should be all the components. Boom, 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 boom. And this side piece. Okay. So that should be all the components. Loading. Whoa. That was weird. Maybe what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to... That's not good. So this is... Let's do something different. Let's do something different. So what I'll do is I'm just going to drag these in and then just have a reference. So let's do that. So I'm going to just drag these in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have all of these in here. These are all obviously driven, as you see the link. These are linked to different geometries at different places. So if I update this, it'll update my drawing. So I'll just drag all the pieces in here that are not into assembly, not into a giant assembly, so that we could have... What the hell? Oh, I forgot to hit it. Okay. So we could have them set in the drawing and then just say that we have a bill of materials instead. So we have an overall assembly drawing of them assembled, maybe even add that in there. And then dimension that, maybe have that over here in the corner or something, and then, yeah, move. Because again, this is going to be the, I don't know what I might do. I don't know if I'm going to have the DXF as, what I could do with the DXF is I could have them all like this, or I could have them replicate. So this will be the official drawing, and then I'll have another one DXF. The DXF, what I'm thinking, if I'm going to do it on the water jet, is it's going to be cut on a 4-inch plate, a 4-inch bar, pretty much. So these are going to be like stacked. So what I mean by that is that they will go like this, right? So they will go like that, boom, 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 boom. And actually, that's a good idea how to lay them out right now. because it might look better on the drawing. So I could have my bill of materials over here, which is more off of this guy. We'll figure it out. Okay, then I'm gonna need the flange spacer bearing. What I'll do is I'll have that guy over towards the top. Okay, and these are probably, I don't know exactly what the what China would want as far as units. I've never really sent anything out, and I mean most of the time I tell them when I'm getting parts for like the multi-shooter, it was all in millimeters. And then the main piece, the shredder. Oh shit, I forgot to accept. Let's do that. Let's do this for right now. So this will go here, and then we'll have the dial. Up over here, and then we'll have the drive shaft. Because these we're definitely going to want projected views of each of these so they could understand that these are square. So what we'll have is we'll have this down the center, and then we'll have the right and then the left. You don't really need the top because these are, I mean, these are the top. You don't really need the side. They're all 1/4 inch. They're all 1/4 inch, so none of the dimensions make sense there. Here, this is different because this is not plate. This is not made from plate. And then we got one more left. Oh, should be lagging. There she goes. Alright, and then it's got that weird thing. I don't know why it's doing that. Hopefully that doesn't stay. Okay, cool. So yeah, some exciting things going on with Fusion 360 these days. A lot of movement as far as taking stuff from the larger software that, of course, I used to use it. I used to use the Inventor, but they're starting to take stuff from that and putting it in this guy, which is really something new. And this guy's got a lot of stuff going for it. It's a very tight package, I guess you could say. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll create the 3D print. We'll create the new drawing from design. I guess it's gonna be called. So this would be how they were cut, except for the idea would be. Of course, it would be nice if I had a little template. A little, was it a title block template? But I don't right now. Okay, so we're gonna want the top view and the scale. We're gonna want it to fit between that title block, even though what was that other one that I had 1/8 1/4. So you have like 1/3. Perfect. Okay. And we're gonna do the projected view. So again, that's pretty much it. The issue is that what I'll do is I'll have this like this, and then just so that it's all plate. Actually, I'm gonna have my bill of materials over there. So they notice that this is not square, right? I mean, this is not 1/4 inch. Not 1/4 inch. Yeah, not 1/4 inch. And then the rest of these are gonna be 1/4 inch. silly. It's all 1/4 inch. And then, just for the sake of down. This is a whole relative. This is the relative dimension, not linear dimension. Linear dimension is a little better, but they always want these special points that you have to go off of, but that's fine. Okay, and it's, for whatever reason, it keeps snapping over there. That's fine, okay. Alright. I'm thinking about it, these really don't help much at all. This drawing really doesn't help much at all. These are not really helping, yeah. Anyways. Or let's just finish the drawing just for brevity's sake. This should also be the same, but it doesn't look like it. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same. And then maybe just do some linear dimensions of the inside squares. 1/4 inch square by 1/4 inch. And everything's like that. Again, this bad boy here. Okay. So the idea that they're probably going to need is they're probably going to need a DXF. So what I'll do is I'll just save this. I'll just save this current one as a drawing. Let's say this layout. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another one, but without a title block, without this here. And then what it's going to be is it's going to be just a 1-to-1 DXF. And I will have to figure out what size page it's going to need to be for that. But yeah, basically, so I'm pretty sure I could export it. Save as. Another current drawing. So let's do parts list. Wow, this is big. What the hell happened there? Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll create just a DXF equivalent. You might need a plugin. Okay, so it says for DXFs you will select sketches. Scale object. Yes. Okay, so what it's saying. Okay, so what it's saying here is that when I go into one of these, let's say this one. So what it's saying is that Fusion only likes it if you go in here, you edit sketch, and then what you could do is you could right click and then save that as DXF. But what it's also saying is it's saying that I could do, maybe you could do a PDF layout to DXF layout online. So what I'll do is I'll create, from this guy, I'll create another drawing. I'll say new drawing from design. And then what I'll do is each of these, whoops. So I don't want that anymore. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Whoops. Clicked it. Shouldn't have clicked it. Didn't do anything. Okay, cool. So let me just inspect from here to there. It's gonna be 22 inches. So let's move everything a little closer. And what it's saying is correct. If we're going over to the water jet, we're gonna want all these separate for the most part. Oops. Yeah, so let's just leave this separate. So I'll just create a drawing from design, and then this is going to be called So with this, I'll give them an overall layout, and this said 22 inches, so was it exactly 22 inches? Man, something's going on with, they need to update the speed though, the optimization. It's kind of, okay. So let's just create that. I'm pretty sure it might have to be bigger to be 1-to-1, because I always see one at 1-to-1. It's 22.15. So what I'll do is I'll just move one of these. Yeah, it's like lagging hard. It's almost like I'm doing a simulation somewhere. This guy moved closer, 1/4 inch. That looks evenly spaced. Okay, then what I'll do is go in here. Delete the title block. Delete that. They have a page layout somewhere here, I know. I don't know why this is not coming out. This is also a new thing, to have the, oh, here we go. So I shuttle box, each size 22. Can I choose like rotation? Anyways, what we'll do is we'll do base view, and then I'm gonna want to have it top. Have it 1 to 1. And then what I'll have to probably do is rotate it. Can I rotate it? Move. Something's going on with this. Oh, rotate. There we go. Okay. Move this bad boy. It's like base plate. Huh. Still like barely gonna fit on the page. Okay, so what I'll do is just go back to this original drawing, move some stuff closer. Or you can make the page size larger. Half line, half line. Then I'll move this piece. Half moon. Just like there or so. And then drive shaft. Move it down to like there. Okay. Looks good. Sweet. All right. So what I'm going to do is move this point to point. There we go. All right, so this is our, so apparently what it's saying is that it requires 22 inches to cut that out with that much spacing. And so this is just an example DXF, and then what I'll have to do is actually do a legit layout of each piece and how long it takes to cut. So that will be another video as well. But this is just a sample. So these are just the things. So when I go to the water jet, this will be the sample cut I do, except for this. This is, actually this probably shouldn't even be in here. I'll probably just get rid of that. But this is a this is the sample DXF. So this is a sample drawing. So when I go to the water jet and I'm going to cut out a setup for each of these, I will cut out this image here without this, and that will be my sample, so I can look at, you know, how these are, and, you know, look at the finish of each of these pieces and figure out what I need to do to change something, and then change one of these individual things and look at how that, because I'm not cutting out, as you guys know, I'm not cutting out this big shredder. You know, this big shredder is these pieces put together. So when I go in to cut, I'm cutting all these small pieces except for that one. That one's just standard square bar. So I'm cutting all these pieces out. So this is my little sample DXF. So this is the DXF I'll go and cut to get the right to look at these parts and make sure that the parts are how I want them to be set up. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. This has been Steven from LegitTechTutorials. I thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like it in this series and other series as well. Catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.